Okay, let's take a quick look at your career plan description and instructions. All right, this is a step-by-step action plan, okay? You have to include your educational as well as your professional course of action. It's important that you make sure you hit them both. 3 to 5 pages in length, don't exceed 5 pages. 12 point Times New Roman, I want it double spaced. Just go ahead and use default margins in Microsoft Word. I don't care what version of Word you have. It's okay, just go ahead and use your default margins. No graphics, black ink, white background. I'm sure I don't have to tell you that, but you'd be surprised. MLA formatted, works cited. You have to cite at least 3 sources. You must include appropriate statistics and demographics, okay? Absolutely 100% make sure that you have the appropriate statistics, and we're going to go down a little bit farther and take a look at exactly how to do that. Charts or graphs are not counted towards the paper length of 3 to 5 pages. Good try though. No cover page is necessary. Now, the paper must include, but it's not necessarily limited to, all right, what career are you intending to pursue and why? Pertinent statistics regarding this career, and I gave you an example. So let's go with somebody who's going to be a speech pathologist. According to the Wall Street Journal, and you would have to give us a citation, the field of speech pathology is one of the fastest growing job markets. By the year 2025, the need for speech pathologists will far exceed the number of available speech pathologists. Currently, the average salary for a speech pathologist with an undergraduate degree is this amount of money. Now, all of that's just made up, but you see, this is what I want you to research to find out the information for your particular career. Okay, an undergraduate degree is a bachelor's degree, a BA or a BS. A graduate degree is a master's degree, MA, MS, MBA. And a doctoral degree is a PhD. It could be also a medical doctor, dentist, DDS, things like that. So you have to include a minimum of your undergraduate degree. Some careers require you to have a higher degree, okay? But the bare minimum you're going to include in this paper is your undergraduate degree, which is your bachelor's degree. You need to research the internet and find an accredited college or university. I want regional accreditation. Regional accreditation means Western Associations of Schools and Colleges, Southern Association of Schools and Colleges, Northern do you get the picture? Okay, regional accreditation. All Cal State schools, all UC schools have this regional accreditation. Without a regional accreditation, you can get an unaccredited school and you might not even realize it. Now, you and I could both go out tomorrow and we could start a business called the Fred and Kathy Accrediting Body. Then we could start a college and we could say, are you accredited? We'll say, sure we are. We're accredited through the Fred and Kathy Accrediting Body. Meaningless, okay? Totally meaningless. You need to look for a school that has a regional accreditation. There really are people out there who are not very honest, and they prey on those who don't understand accreditation and why it's so important. The reason it's so important is A, any classes you take at a non-accredited school, university or college are not transferable, and many people will not even recognize a degree from a non-accredited college. You could actually go to school and get a degree that's worth nothing and spend, tens of thousands of dollars. So please understand why this accreditation is so incredibly important. Now, you're going to list each course. The most important thing I want you to remember is, and of course I'll say every single thing on here is the most important, right? Because that's what teachers do. Assume that you have already completed your associate's degree at ABC. I do not want to see anything about the classes you need to take at ABC. You are in my class, which is obviously a class that is a diversity class, and you're trying to meet your graduation requirements. Therefore, I believe you've already seen an ABC counselor and you already know what you have to do to graduate. So for the purposes of this paper, you will pretend that you already have an associate's degree from ABC. Then you're going to go on and tell me what courses you need specifically, course numbers, titles, and units from whatever school that you're going to attend. And you're going to tell me how much it's going to cost. Include the total cost of tuition. You're not going to be able to include the cost of like books or supplies. Don't worry about that. What we want to see is tuition. Now, Cal State schools don't charge tuition. Did you know that? It's a big thing that California residents can go to any Cal State school and not pay a penny in tuition. You pay something called a registration fee, or whatever name they want to make up for it. Okay, so if you're going to a Cal State school, you will not give me a per unit amount. Cal State schools charge by the term, whether it's quarters or semesters or whatever. So they'll say anybody who takes over 6 units, which is 2 classes, of course, so anyone who takes 3 classes or more will pay a flat rate. Okay, so make sure if it's a Cal State school, don't give me units multiplied by an amount. A Cal State school is this many units per term is one single flat rate. Okay, so be very careful when you're looking that up. Keep going. Will you have to work while going to school? Yes or no? Yes, I'll have to work while I'm going to school. How many hours are you going to be able to work? And how many units can you carry working that many hours? That's a really important consideration. I hear students tell me all the time, well, I'll just get a job. Well, that's great, but how many units are you going to carry? 18? Then how many hours per week do you honestly think you can work and still maintain a passing GPA? So that's very, very important. How are you going to pay for your education? Oh, I'm going to get scholarships and grants and loans. That's fabulous. What scholarships? How much are they worth? What grants? What's the name of it? How much money is that worth? What kind of loans can you get? These are really, really important things because it's like I said, it's just so easy to say, oh, I'm going to go to school and get some grants and loans. No, we want to see specifics. I want the names of them, and I want to know how much they're worth to you. Okay, so are you going to need to relocate? Will you commute to a university, or will you attend Bakersfield, Cal State Bakersfield in Lancaster? I don't know if it still runs, but there used to be a bus that actually runs from the Park and Ride on 10th Street West to Cal State Northridge every day. That's also an option. Maybe you could look into that to save money. Will you be taking online courses rather than commuting anywhere? Maybe you plan to take all of your classes online. If you do, just let me know, because not all schools have all of their courses online. That's a really important thing to know, is very few Cal State schools have fully online degrees. What is your projected graduation date? What is your specific plan for immediately after graduation, 5 years and 10 years? Now this could be, obviously I want to hear if you have any more educational goals, if you need to go on and do another degree. I want to hear your professional goals. So maybe right after graduation, I plan to apply to the West Side Union School District to become a speech pathologist. 5 years after that, I plan to go back and work on my PhD, and maybe 5 years after graduation, I plan to have all of my student loans paid off, or maybe you plan to buy a house. Just some basic ideas for your plan for 5 and 10 years beyond graduation. This is a pretty interesting assignment because every single student is completely different. I love this assignment, and when an instructor loves an assignment, that's always a warning to you that I'm dead serious. I read every single word. I look at the schools you're talking about. I'm going to be online when I'm grading, so I'll be checking them out. Be careful. I did have somebody make it up once and give me a fake school and all this, and they were just totally shocked that I had no issue going online and coming back and saying, you made this up. The school doesn't even exist. Don't risk your grade to be that lazy, okay? I mean, it's just not that hard to do this assignment, and it's a very, very useful assignment, but I think it's also deceptive because a lot of students think, oh, this is so easy. It's not. This is a deceptively deep assignment. I think you're going to be a little surprised when you get into it, and that's why I'm giving you so many weeks to complete it. Do not wait till the last minute on this one. You may have some trouble finding some of your information. You may be a little surprised what you find out. I heard, and I don't know if it's true, I just hear this rumor that the Cal State schools, Cal State Northridge in particular, within the next 2 years is going to not accept any freshmen. Now you and I both know that that could change at any time based on budget and what goes on in Sacramento. So things like that, you need to do a little research and check it out and see what's going on when there's so much economic turmoil in our Cal State and our UCs. This is a sophomore level course. I completely expect, anticipate, and know that you are going to have accurate spelling and grammar, that you are going to have a third party, somebody else you know who is educated, proofread your paper to look for those errors that you will miss, because you will have edited it so many times that your mind will close gaps and you will read words that don't even exist on your paper because they're in your head. So make sure that you have somebody else proofread that paper. Please spell check and reread your paper. And plagiarism. I don't even want to go into it. I did a whole thing in your course syllabus about it. Don't even take the chance of plagiarizing. It's not worth it. All right, that's your paper. Quick outline of it. Go ahead and get started on it. After you've gone through all this, if you have any questions, go ahead and post them on the discussion board for general questions, because if you have a question, chances are another student does too, and that way everybody can benefit from the questions being answered. Okay? Get started on it. Don't wait.